about how to conquer fear and why the majority of people in this country, which is the United States, and I got viewers from all over the world, but let's just use the United States as an example. Okay, my country, the United States. Why people never become prosperous or never become wealthy. It's due to fear. Okay, it's due to fear. And so many things are not accomplished because of fear. Or so many things are accomplished because you conquer them. If you can conquer those fears and say, I'm going to jump and I'm going to move to California, which I did. I did that in 1980. I was living in Clearwater, Florida, and I said, I'm done. I'm done with the family. I'm done with the relatives. I'm done with the bullshit. I had it living, being mundane and being average and being just the next guy. And I thought, I'm going for it. I am going to California. And I loaded up my 1969 Volkswagen with my guitars and my amplifier and a couple of suitcases, and I headed out. I literally, when I crossed the Florida border, I kissed the ground. I said, thank God I'm out of Florida. I'm done. And I moved to Los Angeles, and it was the best thing I ever did. You're driving to LA, you're heading down, you see the lights, there it is, there's Los Angeles, and you don't know a fucking soul. Are you nuts? No, I conquered that fear. And it was the best thing I ever did, because that 10 years or maybe 12, 15 years I lived in Los Angeles, I went to college, I studied music, I studied theater, I made a lot of connections, I did a couple of television shows, I produced a television show for the Pomona Police Department. So many great things happened, you know, why? Because I conquered that. I said, I'm gonna jump. You gotta jump. So you can do this. You can conquer that fear. First, let's back up and let's analyze why our society today lives in fear. Our government, our businesses, our investments, the cars that we drive, the houses that we buy, the equipment that we buy as far as computers, refrigerators, microwaves, whatever. Everything is sold to you because of fear. If you buy this car, you'll be safe. They don't tell you anything about the car anymore. Does it have a motor? Does it have wheels? No. It's about fear. You know, if you buy this car, you'll be safe. This is the safest car on the road. If you buy this smart house, you've got security. You got Ring on your door, and it shows you who's coming up to your door. You got a smart house. It's a safer place to live because it's a smart house. You know, when you go into stores and you're shopping, I remember years ago when I first saw a video camera. It freaked me out. Like, what is this? You know, I'm being watched. Now, people won't go into a store unless it's video cameras. They feel safer. But it doesn't make you any safer. It's a facade. It's just all make-believe. This whole thing is a big mirage about safety. Same way if you go to the mall, you see the mall cops, you know? Mall cops? Really? Those idiots will run so fast out the door and get in their car and go home if something happens. It's unbelievable, okay? They're not making you safe. The only reason those mall cops are there is because the insurance is lower for the company that owns the mall. It's all racket. It's all fucking racket. Let's have all the security people because, you know, they're going to look safer. It's bullshit. They're not going to protect you. They're going to haul ass. You think they're going to help you? They're not going to help you. So why do the majority of people in this country never build wealth, never become wealthy? It's because of fear. Two things, fear and consistency. Consistency, we're getting to the meat of the video now. Consistency will diminish fear, okay? Well, John, what do you mean about it? Consistency will diminish fear. Consistency meaning repetition, do it over, okay? Just start. Yeah, a lot of people are stuck. I totally get that. A lot are stuck in a bad marriage, or stuck in a bad relationship, or stuck with a relative, or stuck with a shitty job. You know, they hate their job, but they go every day because they're fearful. I gotta pay the electric bill, I gotta pay rent, I gotta pay the car insurance, I gotta eat. I understand that. But start small. Start. Your roller coasters, okay? That's a good way to start conquering your fear. So go to the baby coasters. Don't do this guy. No, not me. Go to the baby coasters and start there and break that fear. Okay? Consistency, and do it over and over and over again. You know, conquer those fears. You want to start a business. Okay, you want to start a business. You're fearful of starting a business because you might fail. Well, I've had many businesses that have failed, but that failure was my consistency, and that consistency and that failure taught me what to do right this time. So now when I open my business account for Common Point Philosophy Inc., I knew what kind of bank to go to and what kind of account to open. I knew what's coming down the pike in the mailbox. I know I got to pay my taxes and I got to file my taxes for my corporation. I never knew that before when I started a corporation years ago, and I was fearful, but I took that chance and I learned it. So fear is conquered by consistency, by doing. Okay, and if you don't do, you're not going to conquer those fears. It's not what you need to do, it's what you want to do. But like I said in the other videos, you need to make that want a need, and it will come to you. Okay, so like me going to California, that was a want, but I also made it a need. I said, well, if I want to be successful in the music business, and I want to have connections in the music business and the entertainment business, it ain't gonna happen in Tarpon Springs, Florida. We had one stoplight, one gas station, one bar, and I lived on a farm feeding cows, for my mom and dad. It's like, yeah, they're just gonna fly in here from Hollywood and go, we're gonna make you famous. Not, So I looked at the reality of that and said, I gotta get the hell out of here because this isn't gonna work, right? And so I did. I loaded up my Volkswagen and my guitars and my amplifier, and I went to Los Angeles and failed miserably and figured out who I was and what I could do. But I stuck it out. I didn't fail miserably like continuously, but it was very scary. But I did it. Okay? And I'm proud that I did that. I'm proud that I did that. I took some risk, So we're 14 minutes in this video, and I'm going to give you a list of a couple of things to do to conquer those fears. Write down what you're fearful of. Okay? It doesn't have to be this long 25, 30 things. Just write down 4 or 5 things, the important things of what you're fearful of. Okay? What is it? Lack of money, not being able to take care of a relative, not having shelter or a place to live. And start with each one of those, what we'll call roadblocks that we've created for ourselves. I don't want to call them fear anymore. They're like roadblocks. You can move them. You can move a roadblock and you can go around those roadblocks, okay? There's a way to go around those roadblocks. So let's say you are taking care of a relative that you feel like you're really stuck and you can't do your own life. Or you have a loved one that you have to take care of and you can't do your own life. But you can. You can. It is not a complete block. It is just there. It's part of your life. That has become part of your life. And what you're doing is a great thing for that person, okay? But you can maneuver those roadblocks where you have some time, and even if you eke out a little bit of time each day to build your own independence. It can be so simple as far as taking a half a day off just to be with yourself, okay? And as you build those other blocks of your life that is just for you, it will compound. It's like compound interest. It will build and it will build and build. It might take a year. It might take 2 years. But eventually, you're not necessarily jumping off a cliff, but you're slowly moving towards that jump, okay? You're making an effort. You're making an effort. You can do it in many ways. You can do it as far as just saving money, okay? If you just save $10 a paycheck, $20 a paycheck, put it in a fund somewhere, forget about it. It doesn't exist. And build it and build it and build it. And it gives you that confidence that I'm finally going to be able to get out of this sucky life I have because I'm building this nest egg. It's so, why are the majority of people don't become wealthy is because of consistency. Consistency to focus on becoming wealthy. Not being consistent on going to a job every day. A lot of people have to go to a job every day. I get that. Okay? But look at that job as something that's going to get you free eventually. It's not something you're stuck in for the rest of your life. You can do this. You can do this. You don't have to be one of those millions of people that never gain any wealth in their life. You can do this. Okay? I believe in you. Just take the time to focus and take baby steps. Write it down. I'm going to have a savings account just for me. You don't need to tell a damn person about it. I'm going to spend some time just for me to keep your sanity. Walk in the park. Go away one day to a retreat. Whatever you got to do. You can do this. It's not everything or nothing. It's a matter of just taking those steps and maneuvering those blocks, and eventually you will open that, maneuvering those blocks, and eventually you will open that pathway and you will have your freedom. And once you have your freedom, because of that consistency that you do, then you can start building wealth. Wealth in a lot of ways. Not only just with money, but with your health. Okay? So, the other thing I can say is this. Try not to beat yourself up for where you are. Okay? If you are taking care of a loved one, or if you're stuck in a relationship like, God, I hate this person. I don't want to be married to this person. I don't want to be living with this person. Don't beat yourself up for that, because you put yourself there. And you can get yourself out of it. Okay? It just takes consistency. Fear. It's fear of the unknown. It's fear of your ability to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Conquer that fear. Just push. Start. Just go and do it. And you can do this.